Hello. It's vacation time for Congress. They actually ended the legislative season early because they didn't want to deal with Donald Trump and the Epstein stuff. It's waiting for him when he gets back. But that means it's town hall season, baby. And Rep. Mike Flood of Nebraska got a very warm welcome, let's call it, from his constituents. And as you can see here, it was very, very warm and very, very loud. So I've got a lot of clips here of people in a very red district standing up against fascism. Put it as plainly as that. It's beautiful to see. Here we go. This is, I think, the best clip.
My question is fiscal. With 450 million FEMA dollars being reallocated to open Alligator Alcatraz and 600 million taxpayer FEMA dollars being used to now open more concentration camps and ICE burning through $8.4 million a day to illegally detain people, how much does it cost for fascism? How much do the taxpayers have to pay for a fascist country?
God bless America. I want to go hug that flag behind me. That was amazing. That's just the beginning. That's the beginning. Nebraska is awake and they are mad. And it's beautiful to see. Here we go. Here's another one.
Why are you covering up the Epstein files?
Woo! Sorry. We have a crowd then chanting, tax the rich.
Given your full-throated support of the bill, whatever we call it, and
while you're watching this, you let me know if you think that is a Democrat. It could be. It could be. He looks very Republican to me. Now, Democrats come in all shapes and sizes, but remember, Lincoln, Nebraska, very red district.
Full-throated support of the bill, whatever we call it, and your view of the facts. I'd like to know how you expect to pay back all of this debt that is going to be layered onto our grandchildren because we're not willing to make our rich part of our society pay their fair share.
So what's interesting about that, and I think it's a fair question, two things are happening here. People in here are upset with me that I voted to cut $2 trillion in spending from the budget.
By the way, just so you know, Rep. Mike Flood is not someone who comes from meek backgrounds. He is a former businessman, and as of 2023, he owns 15 radio stations and 7 television stations in Nebraska. And now he, not happy with all the things he has, he now feels like he has to ruin the things that he doesn't have for everyone else, taking away Medicaid and Medicare for those who need it. Super rich guy. That's who Mike Flood is. All right. And then he tried asking the crowd a gotcha, and watch what they did.
It talks about 2 big changes to the Medicaid program. One of those changes is that if you are able to work.
Also, if you're super, super wealthy, why do you want to be in government? I don't get the appeal. I talk to a lot of politicians. It doesn't seem very fun. If I had millions and millions and millions of dollars, you'd never see me again. I would go to a beach and you never see you never hear a word from me again. I would just go and eat ice cream, be on the beach, be in the water, relax, get lots of massages. I certainly wouldn't want to be in a poorly lit auditorium getting yelled at. Multi-millionaire. All right, sorry, that was an aside.
And you are able-bodied, you have to work. If you choose not to work, you do not get free health care. You do not get free health care. So here's a question. Do you think that people who are 28 years old that can work and refuse to work should get free health care? I don't think that a majority of Nebraskans agree with you.
I don't think that trick is going to work anymore. I think most people understand that healthcare shouldn't be something that you are allowed to have just because you work or something that you have to pay into. It should be something that that is a right. It's how it works everywhere else, mostly everywhere else. It's a right. Just like we have the right to clean water. We should have the right to food and housing. We don't, but we should. No one is asked to be born. So I think the bare minimum we can do is provide anything it takes for basic needs for someone to be alive. Maybe that's radical. I don't know. Is that radical? I don't know. Probably to Mike Flood. All right. So, and then we have this person. Let's let him explain.
A lot's been talked about.
Again, do these look like Democrats to you? Could be. Could be.
Medicaid, healthcare, etc. A lot of countries in the world, Europe, Canada, they have health care for the people there. Outside, just now you said, you don't want to see a lazy 28-year-old get health care, whatever. My point is, every working and retired American should be entitled to health care. Would you sign on or write up a bill for Medicare for all? We've got Medicare now. We can start rolling back the age 5, 10 years at a time. Would you support that?
We can't afford that.
Yes, you can.
I'm sorry. It's not just the fact that maybe it is the fact that he's fully the caricature of the evil CEO boss in a movie firing everyone and making their lives miserable. The guy that's like, either you pay this debt at midnight tonight or I'm taking over the town. That's Mike Flood. We can't afford that. Give me a fucking break. Sorry. Give me an effing break. We can afford it. We're the richest country in the world.
We protected Medicaid as the safety net for those who cannot care for themselves, who are vulnerable, for those who are able-bodied and working. I will tell you this, and I cannot take any credit for it. President Trump is going to bring down prescription prices because the countries you mentioned have been paying way too little for way too long, and we've been subsidizing them. And if we as a country
What are we doing?
For way too long, and we've been subsidizing them.
We've been doing what?
Way too long, and we've been subsidizing them. And if
okay.
we as a country I want to pay the same price for the drugs that are in London as they are in Lincoln. And that has not happened for a long time. We've been subsidizing these foreign governments and their socialized health care.
I want the same healthcare they got in London as we have here. And then maybe the prescriptions aren't going to matter as much. What an idiot. All right. And then I'm not even going to play this clip, but then this is how Republicans are handling it. Here's Rep. Lisa McLean saying, as we know, the Democratic Party buses in a lot of people from the outside of his district. The Democratic Party buses people in. The Democratic Party has a lot of problems. And I can tell you right now, they're not organizing buses, okay? They're trying to get donations, okay? The Democratic Party is not doing that. Now, I just want to say that was great. Thank you all for showing up. If you like that, hit like on this video so more people can see it. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.